Well, this one's kind of rushed. Though this movie's been out for like a week or two now. Like, maybe this is because I watched the movie in Icelandic instead of watching it in English and not getting Keen Peele, or Keanu Reeves' full glory in this voice acting, but it's Toy Story 4 shit. Like, of the recent years, Pixar, like, give me a second, guys, turn this shit off. Fuck. And Toy Story 4 is a shit show. Like, it's a well animated, like, well comedy written shit show. Shit show. Because they're, like, the story is weak, the main characters have been completely altered for a bullshit scenario, and the main plot device, Forky, oh fuck me, it's an awful fucking plot device. He's a shit character with shit fucking, like, the only reason he exists is to move the story forward. The bad guy is just half the movie could have been solved with just by doing what Woody does later in the movie at the beginning. Woody's a wet blanket, Buzz is too every other side character from the original 3 movies is fucking, like, every side character in total from the past 3 movies gets maybe 5 minutes of screen time in total. Forky gets 30 to 45. It's a disappointing fucking movie. This movie, it could be taken, like, as non-canon, except for the ending. Toy Story 4 is a Dead Rising 4. A side story that, like, a mainline installment that feels like a side story, but can't be counted as a side story because of the ending. In Dead Rising 4's case, they have, like, Frank West. Frank West dies at the end of Dead Rising 4, and just kind of fucks it up. Toy Story 4, Woody ditches everyone he knew for a bitch he met 10 years ago. He reunited with her for a day, and he left the people he went through the Holocaust with. Like, not the Holocaust, the people he was about to get incinerated with. It's fucking shite. Like, think of the shit he's done for them. Woody went through a full house of hell, got Buzz out of his mentally unstable state where he lost his arm and just, he mentally scarred a child and, like, jumped out of a moving truck to save his friend. His friend went through an entire city, went through an elevator, and went to an airport to save his friend. Woody went through a prison to save his friends. And what do they do this time? Fucking nothing. Like, the last 30 minutes are so, like, they try to tug on the heartstrings, but there's only one emotion I felt, like, 2 emotions I felt fully. Like, comedy humorous, which I found shit funny, and anger. Because of the ending. The ending is so... You can't even take this as a standalone movie. If anyone comments like, oh, you can't compare this to the original 3 because it's a new installment that's been made 9 years later. Fucker. They made Toy Story 3 12 years after the second one. And it ended up better than Toy Story 4. It's just so fucking. It's a forgettable movie with a shite ending. Good writing. Just the ending's the only thing that I got angry over. I enjoyed the comedy and the animation was fucking stellar. Like, it was smooth as fuck. But everything else is just the characters got like weaker. The story got weaker. Just everything got weaker. Everything felt predictable. Like, except for the villain. The villain felt like it was alright. It wasn't just I don't encounter as a villain, just dumb like choices. I'm just ending it here because I needed something to vent to. I've been fucking like annoyed about this movie when I left the cinema, and I'm just gonna go on YouTube to vent. So if anyone sees this, it's just I'm just disappointing as fuck. Pixar, you had big shoes to fill. The least you could have done was do a movie better than Incredibles 2. Have a better written movie than Incredibles 2. Like, for God's sake.